Hey everybody, Jazzy here! I recently had a chance to play an early access demo of Rika, a game that's been on my radar for a while now. At its core, Rika is this casual, atmospheric, open-world building game set in the middle of the woods, and you are a witch in training. The biggest attraction was that you get to build your very own house, and this house sits on top of a pair of massive chicken legs that you can take through the woods as you explore, gather resources, and interact with people. I first played the game at TwitchCon in Paris and had a chance to meet the developers. They got this new demo coming out this week, and I was really excited to take a peek at it. So I'm gonna cover the demo in this video and give you some thoughts about where the game is currently, what I appreciate about it, and what I think could be improved upon. So the demo begins right outside this town, and past the town is this witch that everyone is telling you to avoid like the plague. So of course, you head straight over to her hut and speed interview for a new career as a witch apprentice. Your first task is to gather some food from the woods. Most of the gathering involves just holding down the mouse button while you walk around, and you just auto-harvest any nearby resources. Some stuff is up high in the trees, and you actually get a few of these spectral crows, which you can send up to grab things for you. The mechanic's pretty nice, but the crows flying around your head get a little distracting after a while. It takes them a while to disappear after you gather something, and personally, I wouldn't mind having them just go away right after you use them. One of the first important items you get is a talisman that you can use to instantly teleport back to the hut at any time. It was a bit startling to acquire teleportation at the start of a game, but I suppose for a non-survival game, it doesn't seem quite as off to be able to travel around quickly. In the earlier version, you would use the talisman to summon the house to you, but I think the developers intended players to eventually be able to manually drive the house themselves. So it makes sense that the fast travel would be for the purpose of returning to your house rather than to move the whole thing to you. Much of the tutorial is focused on bringing ingredients over to Yaga's old traveling house and performing the ritual to revive the house. So you stick the giant chicken egg in the middle, you pay a bit of tribute, you cleanse the bones around the house, and then you get a 10 out of 10 chicken home birthing scene. Ugh. But then you get to start building a house. The building mode is fairly straightforward. You select the unit from the build menu and press E to place down structures and house parts. You can demolish anything with C and get all the resources back, which is always a godsend. The walls, the floors, and the roof tiles will automatically form around tiles you've already placed, and it's a pretty smooth interaction. For example, the walls will contour around roof parts, so there's no need to select different shapes of walls or roofs. Most house parts will snap to the grid, but you can also slide around furniture for precise placement. All in all, it's a very sophisticated and robust building system, especially for a pre-alpha build. One of the current limitations on building is that all roofs are exactly one tile in length. So this means that they will only connect at the top if built over an even number of floor tiles. This could be easily fixed with a one tile roof corner piece on top, but for now, a floor piece works just as well to bridge the gap. To me, the most enjoyable aspect of the demo is just wandering around the woods, digging on the atmosphere, and stumbling across the occasional furniture piece. The map is procedurally generated, and that opens up so much in terms of chance encounters and replayability. The fact that Rika will never wander through the same forest in different worlds, for me is like the essence of an open world experience. I think there's a lot of value in the unknown and the unexpected. This demo introduced a couple of new game features from the previous build, and the first of these is a quest system that seems like an attempt to connect Rika as a character to the regular people living in these woods. One quest has you searching for a woman's friend who got lost in the woods, and it resolves when Rika discovers a body in the woods hanging from a noose, with notes about the poor bastard's travels underneath his body. You report back to the woman, which prompts her to go out and light some candles in the woods for her friend. Uplifting, I know. But the themes of these quests seems to emphasize the importance of Rika's relationship with humans, even as she's training to be something not altogether human. The other newly added feature was a cooking system that uses the oven in your house. Now this feature is clearly early in development, so I try not to judge it too harshly. Basically, you combine a handful of ingredients on the table, and if it meets the requirements for a dish and there's wood in the oven, the dish starts to automatically cook. The game does give you a few guidelines for some starting dishes, but there's actually quite a few combinations of food that can result in a dish, so the intent here is clearly to encourage experimenting with different ingredients. It's a more forgiving system of cooking than I'm used to with games such as Don't Starve, and I'm not totally sure what purpose this system will serve in a game where there's no hunger mechanic. But maybe they'll be used for quests at some point, or maybe, they'll give temporary perks with gathering or building. I don't really know. Which leads me to my biggest regret about Rika, that it's not a survival game. Even at this early stage, it has so many great features going for it. The only thing that it's really missing is danger. I mean, come on, you've got a witch in training, wandering alone through spooky woods with deer spirits and dead human bodies, foraging for food, cooking, learning magic powers, probably crafting potions eventually. It's the perfect design for open world survival game. Ember Storm has done an incredible job with the atmosphere, and the music, the characters, and the building system. The world of Rika is beautiful. And for me, world building is the most integral aspect of any game experience. It's just that the woods feel a little empty without actual threats. And the choice to use this world in a casual game, I don't know, it feels like a bit of a lost opportunity to me. Regardless, I am very glad to have had the chance to experience Rika at such an early moment of its development. It has put me face to face with my own expectations and has challenged many of my assumptions about games like these. Rika is going to be very fun to play. It combines witchcraft with cozy base building in a unique and very stylized fashion. The game is currently set to release in 2024, and if it seems like something you might want to kick back and enjoy, then go follow it on the Steam page. The developers at Ember Storm are super sweet, and there's already a community forming around Rika, so join their Discord and talk about what kind of game you want to see this become. Let me know if you have any questions about the demo, and if you do get a chance to play the demo, let me know what you thought about it. Thanks so much for watching, and see you next time.